Todoroki Ravine Park is a relatively small park located about 20 minutes out of Shibuya, which is a major station and city within Tokyo. I visited this park on November 11th, 2018 alongside my wife, and we found it very simple to access with a short walk from Todoroki Station. The area around the station had a very small town Japan feel, despite us being only a very small distance indeed from the metropolitan madness of central Tokyo. Our first steps into this park had us going down a rather steep graveled ramp, leading down into the titular ravine. With a thick canopy covering the sky above, and the slight descent into the park itself, the base of the ravine had a cool, perfect autumn temperature of 17 degrees Celsius. The stream at the base of the ravine was low, with a path mostly along one side of it. Despite the park being somewhat small, we were thrilled at the natural beauty to be had around the crossing. Heading to the south side first, we came upon a small shrine next to what appeared to be two serpent heads spitting water. Later, as we passed this area again, I noticed that it was not just the serpent heads, but the entire wall was actually leaking water, making it look as if the rock wall itself was crying. We later found out that this was actually the site of a waterfall, but given the lack of rain lately, this is about all that we got to see of it. Nearby this area is a small shop which serves normal Japanese snacks and drinks. Supposedly, the mochi cakes that they serve are well known to be very delicious. However, unfortunately, they were all sold out at the time that we arrived. It does seem like a lovely place to stop and enjoy some refreshments, but instead we continued up some steep stairs nearby, leading to a decently large Buddhist shrine, stopping along the way to snap a pic of these neat frog statues, which themselves led to another mini shrine built into the hillside. Reaching the top of the stairs, we found a cleansing bowl, but it soon became very crowded, so we passed it for now. The shrine itself was pretty standard fare, with a shop run by temple staff selling the various charms that you'd expect, each of which has various uses and focuses on different parts of life, like work success or helping students with their studies. Alongside this, there was also an open donation box next to some omikuji, which are the papers that you draw through various means to find out your fortune. At the exit of the shrine was another cleansing bowl, which being empty for the time being, my wife and I used. Now, I know I'm not perfect at this, but I do know that you're meant to wash each hand with it, and also to take a sip into your mouth and then spit it out into a drain nearby. No mouth. It's gross. Why are you still holding the camera?
So gross.
What?
Say so gross.
So gross. However, I'm a little bit wary about letting strange water into my mouth, so I never partake in that last part. There are some nice natural sights up on the hill with this shrine, but after taking our fill of pictures, we headed back down past the sweets shop and the waterfall, and walked along the main ravine path. This is the part where you'll see many families enjoying a walk alongside the peaceful stream, and in some parts, this path does get rather narrow. You do get a sense of the depth of this ravine when walking under some of the bridges which go over this park, once you remember that those roads are actually at ground level. There are some nice things to see along this path, but one of our strange highlights was finding this inexplicable Minecraft block hanging out in the stream for some reason. There are also some signs in both Japanese and English which explain the topographical layers along the sides of the ravine. We ended our trek through the park on the north side, after passing under the strangely named Gulf Bridge of Todoroki. I really have no idea why it's called this, but it apparently does have a local history, being built out of wood in the 1920s, before being eventually renovated into the steel bridge that it is today. I do recommend stopping on this bridge once you get out of the park, as it also contains some beautiful views. I've visited a lot of parks in the Tokyo area, but this tiny, relatively unknown site was honestly one of the better ones. It was flush with nature and definitely not overly crowded, and it also had a lot to see and do despite its small size. It's a public park, so it's completely free to visit, and if you happen to ever be in the area, I suggest that you try it out if you want to turn just a few corners and then instantly feel like you're not in the biggest city on earth for a few peaceful hours. Thanks for giving this video a watch, everyone. Just like going on a little trip away from home every now and then, it's also nice to make a video about something other than gaming from time to time. I hope that you enjoyed hearing about this little adventure to Todoroki of mine, and if you are curious to hear about my previous or future travels around Japan, be sure to let me know below. Alright everyone, please take care, and I hope to see you next time.